Number 60. A tube of toothpaste contains 0.76 grams of sodium monofluorophosphate, which is Na2PO3F, in 100 mils. A. What mass of fluorine atoms in milligrams was present? And then in B, they just want how many fluorine atoms were present. But even still, no matter if we're solving for A or B, they're still looking for just the individual atom of fluorine, right? Which is F on the periodic table. But there's a problem here, right? What did they give us? They gave us a mass, 0.76 grams of a compound, Na2PO3F. So how am I going to go from a compound to just an individual element, right? We have to convert, obviously, but how do we do that? Well, we know that, well, you guys should know, right? But if you don't, that's fine. Just know that you can always go from a compound to an individual element by only one unit. And I'm going to actually just make a little room here. There's only one unit that you could convert from a compound to an individual element. So in this case, it would be Na2PO3F to just fluorine. What is that unit? We can only convert from moles of a compound to the moles of the individual element. All right? So we got to have moles to moles. But they gave me grams. But we know how to go from grams of a compound to moles of a compound. So that would be the first step, right? Grams of this Na2PO3F. Then I could just go into moles of the compound, which will then transfer over to moles of the element. And now, for question A, they want the mass. And for B, they just want the amount of atoms. So in one route, you can go from moles of F to grams of F, which would be the answer to letter A. And then we know another conversion that can go from moles of F to atoms of F, and that would be for answer B. But the question, well, not the question, but the whole thing is that we have to find out this mole of fluorine, because then we just take the two different paths. One goes to A, and then one goes to B. Easy enough. So let's get down to it. This will be a 1, 2, 3 step process for A, and then if we know the moles of the element, we could just do the one step to atoms. So let's get started. We start off with what we're given, 0.76 grams of Na2PO3F, and we just convert, so that means times by that ratio. Grams of Na2PO3F goes on the bottom, and we want moles of Na2PO3F goes up on the top. What's that conversion that we know between moles of something and grams of something? You guys know the conversion? I'm sure you guys do, right? 1 mole of anything always equals the molar mass, and that's grams, of that anything. And I just say X as whether it could be an element or a compound. In this case, it's going to be Na2PO3F. So you just got to find the molar mass, right? And where do you find the molar mass? The molar mass is always on the periodic table, PT. But it's always equal to 1 mole. 1 mole of anything, so that's why the 1 goes here. But now we just got to find out a molar mass. If you guys don't know how to do the molar mass, go back to question, I think, 42. I think that's when we start doing molar mass problems. So I'm just going to assume that you guys know how to do it. I'm going to do it quick here. And what I gave you guys is these boxes, which are on the periodic table. Now, you should know that the mass numbers are always the larger numbers of the two, all right? Instead of the 11 for sodium, you take the 22.9 because that's the mass number. All right, so here we go. 2 times 22.99. And if you guys just want to put 23 into your calculators, that's fine with me, right? I just want to put the numbers that I see on the periodic table in the OpenStax text, just so that everything clicks out. But you guys can do as you please. So we got that. We got 1 phosphorus, so that's 30.97. Plus we got 3 oxygen, so 3 times 16. And then we got just 1 fluorine, so that's plus 19. So for the bottom here, you get 143.95 0.95. And then the grams of sodium monofluorophosphate cancel out. And now we're done with the first part. So now we just got to go from moles of the compound to the individual moles of the element. So times by the ratio, put your unit that you don't want on the opposite side, so on the bottom here. And then moles of fluorine go up on the top. Well, what are the numbers that go here? This is where you use your mole ratios. So this is where you're going to look inside the compound. So you say to yourself, if you have one whole compound, right? If you have one entire compound, and that's why you say one whole compound, right? 1 mole of the compound. How many fluorines do you see in this compound? Oh, well, there's just one F here, right? There's an imaginary 1. So that means that there's 1. So technically it's a 1-to-1 conversion. And that will cancel out. Now, I know that I usually like to keep going, so I'll just times by ratio. But in this case, I want to find the moles of F because it would be the quickest way to just find the answer for B, right? If I'm here and I know this number, I could just go to grams and then I can go to atoms. So I'm going to actually just solve for moles of F here. It would just make it easier to find B. But if you guys want to do the whole thing over again for B, that's fine with me too. So 0.796 divided by 143.95, you get, I'm not going to put the correct scientific figures for this one because it's technically not the answer. So I'm just going to kind of trail it off a little bit. So this would be 5.2796 times 10 to the negative 3. And this would be mole of F. Okay, so now since I know that number, now let's go to grams of fluorine, right, which would be the answer for A. So, times by that ratio, mole of F on the bottom, gram of F up top. What's the relationship between a gram of something to a mole of something? That's the 1 mole of anything equals the molar mass in grams. So, 1 mole equals the mass in grams of just fluorine now, right? So that would be this number, the 19. So 19.00, cross off your moles of fluorine, and now we will get the answer to A. So this times 19, and now I will take the significant figures. So in the beginning, there was only 2 sig figs, so my answer should have 2 sig figs, so it would be 0.10 grams of fluorine. Box that answer off, that's the answer to A. 0.10 grams of fluorine. Now, they want to know the atoms of fluorine, so we did this part, but now we just got to figure out B. And we take it from the moles, and the moles was what we had before, the 5.2796 times 10 to the negative 3 moles of fluorine, times by that ratio, mole of fluorine on the bottom, atoms of fluorine up top. What's the information between an atom of fluorine to a mole? That's also another super important one that you guys should know. 1 mole of anything equals, Avogadro's number, right? 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of anything, right? And the X represents, in this case, only elements because we say atom. If we wanted compounds, we would say molecules. But I'm going to say 1 mole of fluorine is 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of fluorine. Cancel out moles of fluorine, and now you just have your number. So 5.2796 times 10 to the negative 3 times 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd. And once again, we still only need 2 sig figs because that's what we started with, right, in here. So I'm just going to put the answer over here. This would be 3.2 times 10 to the 21st atoms of fluorine, and box that answer off. That's the answer to B. 3.2 times 10 to the 21st atoms of F. Check that off. That's the answer. This one was awesome, guys. Easy peasy, but the hardest part was to just recognize that you had to go from moles of compound to moles of the element, and then you can go on your merry way to find out the answers. Awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully this helped. If it did, tell us in the comments. Click the like button. And hey, if you want to subscribe, you can get, access to when we drop our next set of questions. And it's all for free. So that's cool. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. I'll see you all in the grand finale for Chapter 2, number 61. See you then.